I have body dysmorphia too, even though everyone tells me I look handsome, but I find the smallest things. Like, I don't like my freckles, even though so many people like them. Yeah, and I feel like freckles became, and they still are, like a trend. Like, people are drawing freckles on themselves. I tried, but it doesn't really look good on me. Or, like, I just don't know how to do it. I do have, like, little bit of like, I guess they're not freckles. I guess they're moles, but they're not. Are they a freckle or is it a mole? Like, if it's not a bump and it's flat, is that just a freckle? Because, like, I have, but it's round like a mole, but it's completely flat and not like dark brown. It's a light brown, but it's just such a big circle for a freckle. But I guess it's technically a freckle. I have one on my chin. And then this, I have, which shoulder is it? Like, it's not a bump. It's flat. Do you see what I'm saying? It's completely flat. Is that a mole or a freckle or a birthmark? This is more of a mole. See, I always thought moles were raised, but this isn't like a bump. It's like flattened. So it's just, moles can be flat too? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've always had that. But I definitely have more than what I used to have. Like, I have one. This to me is a freckle. You guys can't even see that, can you? This to me is a freckle. It's way too small. Same with, like, I do have freckles here, but they're so small. It's like do 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 do. It does make me worry about skin cancer. Aw, thank you, Zakiro. Thank you for the 300 bits. Everyone has those. Have you guys gotten your skin checked out? Like, have you gone to a doctor and been like, hey, is this cancer? I get these things called cherry angiomas. They're really annoying. They go away on their own. Do you guys ever get those? They're like these flat, the red dots. Yeah, I get these tiny red. Oh, some of these are really gnarly. Mine, thankfully, are not that bad. Like, I have one right now, actually, that I just noticed. Like, it's just like this little. It looks like. It's just like a. Looks like a pool of blood under the. Like a tiny little red dot under the skin. Yeah, you guys aren't gonna be able to see that. So, normal skin. Everyone has those? Okay. Yes, get my skin checked regularly and have one of the birthmarks in the middle of my back removed. Glad the test came back clean. No, my belly button is pretty clear, I would say. Yeah, I definitely have noticed my skin, I mean, of course, changing over time. I got chickenpox as a child. Unfortunately, I get shingles too, which everyone who's ever had chickenpox, you have the shingles virus in your body. For some people, it just lays dormant their entire lives and they never have an outbreak. Other people, for most people, they don't get a shingles outbreak until later in life, and they can be really bad. Like, that's why they have those like vaccines for older people. So when they get a shingles, well, I got a shingles outbreak when I was 14, which is like, from my understanding, not common, rare, and I only got like a few bumps. It almost looked like an outbreak of like 5 or 6 pimples on my neck. But if you like Google shingles, and I've had like outbreaks here and there, it's like stress related. No, you can't. It's not contagious. That's what's interesting about it. It's like chickenpox is so contagious, but shingles is not contagious. So I could rub my shingles all over you and you wouldn't get it, which is crazy to me. Yeah, so it reminds me, like, when I only get a few at a time when I do get them, and it's rare. Like, it probably happens to me like once every 3 to 4 years, and I only get like, thankfully, I don't want to jinx it, I'll only get like 3 to 4 bumps at a time, and I usually don't even notice it until it's like almost healed, because they like, this is gross, this is scab, when they're almost healed, they like a scab forms on them, and then the scab falls off and it disappears. So I only notice when like I feel a scab, and I'm like, why do I have a scab here? And then I'm like, oh. Well, when I got my for a lot of people, it's really painful. That's why like I don't want to jinx it because I'm lucky. Because some people get it like all over their entire body. Like it's like if you Google like people who get it later on in life, they'll get it everywhere. And I remember when I first got it when I was 14, and I had like 5 or 6 on my neck. I noticed because it was like stinging nettles. It felt like when you get hit by a stinging nettle, and it was so like. So I can imagine if that was all over your body, that would be super painful. Miserable.